Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Kelly, also known as Raw Kids, and in this video we're going to, well, I'm going to, you're not, you're just going to watch, but I'm going to review a crochet pattern. I learned to crochet back in May last year. I have always wanted to crochet, and my partner has always wanted a pet spider. So I decided to combine the two last year and compromise on the pet spider by crocheting an amigurumi one. And I did the Tuft Tara the tarantula. My partner loved it and he was quite happy with the compromise because he knows that I could not cope with a tarantula in the house. Oh no. So I'm absolutely terrified of spiders. So he is happy with the compromise. He has a life-size tarantula, but it's made of crochet. That is pretty much the most complicated thing that I've crocheted, and it was kind of the first, other than a couple of little swatches when I was learning. After that, since then, that was June, and I've kind of just done a lot of granny square type stuff. So I've done like a granny square blanket that's just a square that's getting bigger and bigger with different colours, and I'm currently working on a hexie cardigan, which is just a granny hexie. That's pretty much all I've done, and then a couple of squares for a blanket that I'm doing that is like one colour, like it's a granny square but it's knitted. It's not knitted because it's crochet. It's done from its one end to the other. It's different, but I can do it, and I read the pattern and I figured it out with a video tutorial, but I can do that. Anyway, the only other thing I've crocheted apart from those things is a Ravelry Roulette cup cozy. So for those of you who are new here, I have got only two videos, and I promise more are coming because loads of you keep asking me, are you going to do it, are you going to do it? And I will, I promise I will. But Ravelry Roulette is a couple of videos I did that I basically pick a thing. So the first one was the cup cozy, the second one was a headband, and then I randomly find one on Ravelry using number generators. And whatever it lands on, I have to make, whether it's knitted or crochet. So the second one was a crocheted headband, but the first one, which was a cup cozy, was this crocheted, did I just say crocheted headband? I meant knitted headband. A crocheted cup cozy that was in the shape of a phoenix. Now I will put a picture of it up. I don't have it because my son stole it, because he loved it and he took it, and I don't even know where it is now. I need to make another cup cozy. Anyway, when I made that cup cozy, I'd barely been crocheting, but I was like, what's the worst that could happen? So I had a go, and it worked out really well, and the pattern was really, really well written. The cup cozy was by Critter-iffic Crochet, and the lovely lady who designs for Critter-iffic Crochet is Charlyn. When Charlyn seen the video of me doing this cup cozy, she messaged me and she was chatting to me for a little bit, and she said that she'd noticed in the video I kind of look at her patterns and everything, and I hovered on one called Gayle the Gecko, and I was like, oh my god, look at that, I knew my son would love it. And she said she's never sure whether, because the cup cozy is a very old pattern, and she said she's never sure if her writing style has changed a little bit, and whether she's if it's good for beginners or not. And she gifted me Gayle the Gecko, the pattern, and said, will you have a look and see what you think, and would you try and do it? And I promised that I would, and that I would make a video, and then it's been ages because I have not had time. So this is the Gayle the Gecko pattern. How cool is that? I just hope that I can do it. It's very, very tight crochet. Now, first off the bat, Charlyn's patterns are very, very extensive. She has a lot of, like, I can't show you too much because this one's a paid for pattern. Well, the other one was too. But there's a lot of like pictures in there and helpful sections, and She has like a before you begin section. They're very extensive, and that's better for the likes of me. I know that when I get an extensive, very well explained knitting pattern, sometimes they annoy me. So, because I'm like, oh God, get to the end. So, this I think is already, I think, will be good for my kind of standard of crochet, which is basic, absolute bare minimum. But it could be a bit too much for expert crochet or whatever. There could be a bit like yeah, but then at the same time you could just skip to where you need to be. So that's my only initial thought on it. Like, it's very, it explains a lot. Still have a tickly cough. It is driving me up the wall. So I'm going to go and sit in my living room where it's comfy and not at my desk, and then I can watch telly as well. That's the TV, for anyone who doesn't call it a telly. Right, I'm going to go make Gayle, and I'll show you the yarn when we go in the other room. Right, so where's my pattern going here? So this is Gayle. My yarn is, so Gayle is in Aran. Well, it's not. Gayle is in worsted weight yarn, which it's quite difficult to get worsted weight in the UK unless you're getting like Malabrigo worsted or something. This is just my kid's toy. Now, she did do this in Malabrigo worsted, but this is her bread and butter, so she's going to. I'm just going to use Pebble Haze Aran in this purple colour that was kindly gifted to me by Yarn Smiths. It's got a lovely little halo on it, haze, fluffy haze, can you see that? So it might be cute and soft. It's very, very soft, so that should be good. And then an accent colour. She's got it in mercerised, isn't it? Cotton. 4-ply. She's used Shapier's Katona. I might have some of that actually, you know. I've just picked up this, which is actually Malabrigo. It's Malabrigo Rios sock. It might be Malabrigo sock, I think. But maybe I've got some of that Shapier's Katona, you know. That might go well. You also need a 4mm hook, which is fine. It's actually working on my hexie cardie at the minute, but the beauty of hooks is you can pinch it to do something else, can't you? So my 4mm hook is this one, and then it's a 2.75mm hook, which I don't have. So I have a 3mm and a 2.5mm. These were just some hooks that I actually got off Temu. I got a pack and I love them. I absolutely love them. They've just got like a spongy handle and they don't dig in my hand or anything, whereas my other hooks kind of do. And they're just the right size to me. I really, really like them, and they cost me hardly anything off Temu. Yeah, so I've got a 3mm and a 2.5mm, so I'm just going to have to see which one works best for me on that. And then you need eyes, 15mm eyes. I have lots of different eyes in this bag that I've had for a little bit. Because, you know, you never know when you need an eye. So I'm going to get started. You apparently start by making an eyelash. So I'm going to read the before you begin section, and then see, that makes no sense to me. She says, this pattern works the spike section in a reverse stitch direction similar to a reverse single crochet crab stitch, only with yarn under slip stitches. It means absolutely nothing to me, but that's not her fault. that is because I am inexperienced. So we're going to give it a go. I do love how Charlyn writes out her patterns. They are very well explained, and I can always search stuff. So I'm gonna look, see if I've got some Shapier's Katona, because I think I might in a little tub over there. Bear with me. I do. I have Katona Chroma, which I think is just, it's Katona, but it's in patterns. I only have this one ball. It was sent to me by Shapier's to try out a long time ago, but I couldn't think of anything to do with it because this is the iceberg colourway, and it is mercerized cotton. And how much is in this ball? Surely it tells you how much is in it. 50 grams is 125 meters. Look at where it tells you. Can you see why I was confused? Like, that's a gauge thing, but it's here, and whatever this says. Oh, that's gauge. Is that gauge? Yeah, 10 by 10 centimeters, 26 inches, 36 rows, 50 grams equals 125 centimeters, 125 meters. So there is a fair bit there, but it's still kind of like, what do you do with it? So I might, will it go with that? Oh, that might look cool, mightn't it? Ooh. Okay, we'll go with this. Right, so I'm going to crack on and do some eyelashes, and I'll be back in a bit. Okay, I have an eyelash, these were really difficult. I did struggle there. I had to watch her tutorial, and she's quite fast on a tutorial, but then, like, if you watch it enough, you can see what she's doing. So the eye needs to go in there. I need to make another one, so I need to weave in the ends on this one and make the other one. So yeah, I didn't expect to start on the eye, but there we go. Right, so my two eyes are done. Yes, they're odd, but you know, he's a lizard, he's not going to be perfect. So now I have to go. It doesn't say about putting the eyes in just yet, so you must need to do them in a little bit. So I'm going to move on to the body. Yeah, body's next. Okay, wish me luck. Right, it's the same day, it's just the temperature's dropped and I'm freezing. So, oh, I nearly pulled my stitch out. Where's my hook gone? Right, so I've got... I did try to film this overhead, but my overhead camera kind of, it fills my space and I couldn't see what I was doing, and it's not so bad when I'm knitting, but when I'm crocheting I need to be able to see, so I couldn't do that. This is just the end. I'm going to tuck that inside out the way so you can't see. Right, so I've got this is my start of round bobble, but then she gets you to put 2 markers in as you go in for eyes. So these are where my eyes need to go. So I'm going to put them in now. So I need to choose eyes. Now we want lizard eyes, because there is some eyes that are like this. Creepy. Like purple, but not very lizardy. Red. Like dragon eyes then, aren't they? Ooh. Ooh, that one might be cool. That's my choices. They do need a bit of a clean. So, I kind of like them rainbow ones, you know. Yellow's cool. The green looks funny like that, like it's got a big nose. They're quite cool, and I kind of like those blue ones too. Right, it's between the purple, the rainbow, and those blue. So I'm going to put the rest away. So the blue would be like that. Can you see? No. So the blue would be like that. Oh, I think I need to do the rainbow, don't I? We'll do the rainbow. the other one and I'll come back. Right. So my eyes are on, my eyelashes. He is stuffed, or she is stuffed because it's Gayle. I just stuff with my yarn scraps that are in my jar. So stuffed, the eye backs are on. So now I'm moving on to the rest of the body, which looks very scary. And that head took me a while, but yeah, we'll crack on. It is Thursday. I had no time to work on this yesterday, and Tuesday I was abruptly halted in my progress because my mother-in-law came round, and then the kids were home, and I kind of don't want to do it in front of my youngest because it's for him, and if I do it in front of him, he's just going to bug me until it's done. It was also really starting to hurt my hands, and I needed a break. So this is where I got. I got up to the neck, and his eyes are on her eyes. I keep saying his, but I think it's a girl. They do look a little bit wonky, but I don't care. Do you know what I mean? It's my first ever amigurumi type thing other than that spider. And I'm liking it. I like it. I think it's cool. So I'm going to crack on and see how I get on. I did have something to say and I can't remember. It is quite extensive. It is tough on the hands. It's because it's Aran and then it's a 4mm, so it's quite a tight fabric. There's not a lot of give in that, which I'm assuming is correct and is normal for things that are amigurumi, because you don't want all the stuffing coming out. But it was quite tough going because the stitches are quite tight. I'm going to try and ease off a little bit. I think that might be my intention, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm going to crack on. You're upside down, Gayle. Turn yourself around. There we go. I'm going to crack on. Me and Gayle are going to try and get her a body. Right, body is done. Oh, it's upside down. It's quite malleable, the tail. It's good. I didn't put any stuff in from... I think that's where the stuffing ends, and then it hasn't got any in. You are supposed to end on 6 stitches. I have no idea how many I had, but I just basically ended up with 1. So now it is time for her legs. It's proper, look how much rubbed my nails varnish off where I've been pushing the stuff through, pushing the stitches through. It is quite tight. Right, I've hit my first snag. there's a crest spikes it's called. I don't think this is right, but there's no picture of it, and it tells you that it's on figure 7 and 8, but I can't actually see what it is I'm supposed to do, so I'm confused there. That's the crest, and then the crest spikes have got a video tutorial, so I'm going to look at that video tutorial and see if that helps me figure out what this bit is, because yeah, I'm confused. Right, I've had to plug my phone in because it's dying, but I think the crest is like this line that goes down the back, but it's weird in the pattern because it's like do this then turn, then do that then turn, and I'm a bit confused of how that works, because the crest spikes is spikes along this thing that goes down the back, and then the accent colour. So I'm a bit confused now, and I'm stuck. I'm going to try again and see if I can figure it out. Otherwise I've got like a snake that's just eaten something. I will get his legs on, obviously. Her legs, it's a girl. But yeah, I'm confused by these crests. See how I go. I figured it out. So I was you go up and down like this, and I think these were throwing me. I didn't realise that you go around and do this after, so I was going up and down, and then I also missed a big section that was like rows 3 to 16, and I just classed it as one row and was going back and was very confused. It does at the end of it say figure 5, which then shows where is it? Here, which then shows this, and that was very helpful, but that's not until the end of it. So if I'd have realised that it was figure 5 right at the beginning, then I would have realised what I was doing, if that makes sense. And then figure 6 obviously shows you after you go around and do this bit. So now I need to sew this along the back like this, I think. I'll have a look and double check, but yeah, so it's kind of got like a raised back, which it's hard to see that in the pictures, with it being the same colour as the main colour, but I get it. It's just that was baffling for a little bit there. So I'm going to sew this on now. Okay, so I've sewed it on. It's wonky, but that's life. Things are wonky. Right, now I'm going to do the accenty bits and some spikes. Right, one side is done. So I've done the little spikes. And then this is really cool. It's literally a chain and a slip stitch, but because you go in the wrong way, I think that bit's wrong, but whatever, it looks like it's all twisted. So that's cool, I've learnt that. So now I need to go down the other side. She's looking very snazzy, isn't she? Oh no. I need to stick a tongue sticking out of there because she looks like she's got a little bumhole mouth. So yes, on with the other side. Right, the light is fading. I've got me big light on. Well, I did it a bit ago, but it's dark now. Both sides are done. Love that. Rowan's seen it and is very excited. I kind of wanted to catch that on camera, but he just seen me working on it by accident and was like, so, so now on to the legs. I'm going to try and get this done tonight. Right, so I'm working the feet and I've done this. But now it's got complicated. It's like saying chain 1, turn over, front loop only, do something, turn over, then unworked BL or back loop only, and then it's got more instructions, and that's beyond my ability. But there is a video tutorial, so I'm going to go and look at that and see exactly what I need to be doing to make these feet. These are the front feet that I'm doing, so I'm going to pop off, and my cat's trying to sit down on all my stuff. I'm going to pop off and go and yeah, figure it out. Trying to sit on everything, aren't you, Dax? Dax. Oh, okay, have a wash instead. There we go. His legs are pretty wonky, and I'm pretty sure I've put the back ones on the wrong way around. This one was the only one that had a knee, and I've just realised that the knee's the wrong way. But, you know, it's my first proper go. I did the mouth, which, yeah, it's a bit odd because it has to go in the middle like that. I feel like he needs a tongue. But yeah, all done. Little Gayle. What do you think of her?
Good.
You like her?
Yeah.
You see me doing it halfway through and was like, oh, will you make me one? I said, this is for you. Happy?
Yeah.
Don't pull about with her too hard because she'll fall apart.
What's inside of it?
Wool.
Just wool.
Just wool.
A rainbow eyes.
Do you like her? Good. So here is the finished lizard. It wrecked my nail varnish. So I absolutely love it, and Rowan loves it. He slept with it last night. I've got it back this morning, and her feet are a little bit wonkier because he was sleeping cuddling it, but it's loved, and that's all that I care about. The pattern itself is amazing. It's really well thought out. It's got all like this extra panel and everything I had no idea was actually there. Is amazing because it's like you get these raised ridges and stuff, and yeah, the eyes, even the little mouth that's optional. I do feel like she needs a tongue sticking out of there, like a the hardest part for me in the entire pattern was the legs, not the feet. The feet were fine, but the legs. She does have a tutorial, and my second leg was much better than my first. My second back leg, I should say, was much better than my first. But I did find that really difficult. Mostly it was seeing where my stitches were and making it into a round when there was so few. It was like 6 stitches, and to make that into a round, I really struggled. And I winged it a lot. But I mean, the rest of it, I think the tutorials are exactly where they need to be. There's not tutorials for everything, but the tutorials that are there are what you need a tutorial for. Like I've literally been crocheting coming up a year. I've made an amigurumi spider, and then, which was shocking, but I did it. And then blankets, granny squares. Like I haven't done anything. So to be able to make that, it's got to be a well-written pattern, and it really is. I highly recommend Critter-iffic crochet for the amigurumi creatures if you're fancying it. I love it. I really do love it. I'm dead proud. And yeah, look at it. It's cool. I promise I won't only make creepy things though. It's not. I don't think this is creepy. I love lizards. I'd like a pet lizard. I do love lizards, but I get that some people might be a bit like, oh, she's made a spider, now she's made a lizard. But you know, I'm not planning on making a fly next or anything. I'm just, you know, I might make something cute and cuddly, but I love it. So the legs I found tricky. That was me, not really the pattern. She has a tutorial for the legs and she shows you how to do it. Her tutorials are a little bit fast, the video, and she does go off camera a couple of times as well. So they're not like the greatest tutorial videos, but they do the job. Like I could see what she was doing enough if I watched them enough times. They are quite fast, I had to watch, I can't remember the first one I watched now. I can't remember. I know I watched one for this, and I watched, was it the eye I watched one for? I think it was, wasn't it? I think it was. And it is quite quick, and I had to watch that one in particular. I had to watch a few times for this eyelash to see what she's doing. She does it really quickly, and I was like, what was that? And I had to keep rewinding it and watching. But once I snagged what she was doing, it was fine, and I'm obviously managed. I watched a tutorial for this, and I watched the tutorial for the legs. They are really all the tutorials you need. The rest of it is just straightforward, increase and decreasing. I have realised that I think my entire lizard has been done in slip stitch and not single crochet. I think because I haven't done single crochet for such a long time, I thought I was doing it right, and then when I watched a tutorial I was like, I'm missing a yarn over. And then in the body I started to do the yarn overs, and then I could see the difference in the stitch, and I was like, oh, and I had to pull it out and just carry on what I was doing, because it was a massive difference. Like, the lizard flared out. So mine is probably smaller than it's supposed to be. It's not the correct stitch, it's literally slip stitch, I think. But it worked, it's done its job, and it still looks pretty cool. I still like it, looks like little scales. I know, cool, isn't it? So that's my lizard, that is Gayle. I definitely recommend it. It was a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed the process, and I will definitely get more of Charlyn's patterns. Thank you very much, Charlyn, for gifting it to me so that I could make this video. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry it took me so long. But yeah, 100%. I am not I'm not an amigurumi crocheter in any shape or form, and I am not an advanced or what's it called, experienced crocheter at all. And that was fun. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for watching, and me and Gayle are gonna go and she doesn't want to stay there. Me and Gayle are gonna go and do something else, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.